enjoy this. My birthday was Monday. Now I finally get to go home and enjoy it with some Burger King. Here I come, baby! Yeah. Burger King! Yeah. Burger King! Yeah. Yo! And talk to Bob Bear, because he's my man. Don King, kiss my ass.
What's up, boxing fans? Is the mic on? Let me check. The mic is on, so we can start talking. All right, so again, hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for those people who have subscribed. This is a subject that I can't profess to be an expert in, but I have followed it for the last 2 or 3 years, to be honest. And we've heard from so many different camps, we've heard from so many different experts. I've listened to what Doug Fisher said about this, I've listened to what Max Kellerman said about this, people that I respect in the game a lot. I even recently listened to what Spencer Fearon said about this, and it's weird how opinions have changed over the last 18 months, right? And that's Vasyl Lomachenko versus Guillermo Rigondeaux, a fight that people have, almost a dream fight. 2 of the best amateurs probably of all time. You could go as far as Lomachenko definitely only lost 1 fight, and Rigondeaux's probably lost maybe a dozen fights. I mean, whoever you ask, right? You ask Rigondeaux, he says he's lost 4 or 5. I think his record suggests he's lost about 12, but nonetheless, it's something ridiculous between both of them. Both Olympic gold medalists, World Championship gold medalists, everything. These are 2 of the most decorated amateurs of all time. Their camps have been going back and forth for the last couple of years in trying to get a fight made between these 2. And I think Rigo and Lomachenko have now come to an head. And I think it's fair to say Rigo and Lomachenko want to get this fight on as well. Rigo has often, if you follow him on Twitter and Instagram, belittled Lomachenko. Lomachenko's done exactly the same thing as well. And it's whose story do you believe? Do you believe Lomachenko said that he wants to fight and his team have offered the fight to Rigo and Rigo's not accepted? Or do you believe Rigo's story that he wants to fight and his team has spoken to Bob Arum and they've almost been ignored and not accepted? So both of them seem to be contradicting each other. As I respect both of them, and I think both of them would fight each other openly and happily. So I've got to think that people like Bob Arum, and I'm not quite sure who manages Rigondeaux at the moment. Is it still Gary Hyde in Ireland? I'm not sure if it is. You almost feel like both of them don't want their star pupil to fight each other. And they almost want it to be a fight left in dreamland, which it is right now. And it's got everyone guessing and everyone kind of split on who would win. Look, first things first. Rigondeaux fights the super bantamweight. That's what, 122 pounds. Lomachenko fights at super featherweight, which is 130 pounds. So they're 2 weight classes away from each other. It's not a lot, it's only 8 pounds. So it's not a huge amount. It's almost like Terence Crawford fighting a 147 guy. So there's not a huge amount of weight in it, so it can be done. But Lomachenko has said and has stated his desire to go to 135 pounds. Where bigger fights, the likes of Mikey Garcia, Terry Flanagan and a few others are in that weight class that he thinks he'll match up well against. He's also said, Lomachenko, that, and this is an interview I think he done with Dante's Boxing about a year ago, and he said, look, he's happy to fight Rigondeaux, but he said he's too small. He's openly admitted Rigondeaux is just too small. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair said. I don't think that's someone that's trying to duck. That's someone just admitting he's seen Rigondeaux. They've been face to face, I think, on a few occasions, and he's just too small. And Rigondeaux is very small. There was even talk about Rigondeaux possibly fighting Chocolito. This was about 2 years ago. That's Roman Gonzalez by the way. And that was when Rigondeaux fought at 118 pounds, I think, and Chocolito fought 112 pounds, and I was talking about catchweight. So that means Rigondeaux can go low. Rigondeaux can go probably as low as about 116 pounds. So this is a guy that can go as low as 116 pounds, wanting to fight a guy that is saying he can now and wants to move to 135 pounds. So there's definitely a weight discrepancy there. And I think Lomachenko's only going to get bigger as he gets older. And I think Rigondeaux, look, I don't think Rigondeaux will still maintain a lot of his assets if he puts a bit of weight on to try and make this fight happen. Let's hypothetically say this fight happens at 126 pounds. I think, even though it's an extra 4 pounds, I think that doesn't help Rigondeaux. That only favours Lomachenko, who's going to come to the ring a lot bigger. And if Rigondeaux, if his speed, needs to stay quite light. His speed is what kills. Hypothetically, who wins this fight? I think if you asked people a year and a half ago, I think people would have said Rigondeaux. I think now people will comfortably say Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko's only getting better and better. I think he does struggle with speed a bit. I think we saw that in the Gary Russell. I think he looked really good in the Gary Russell Jr. fight, don't get me wrong, but if you watch that fight again, Russell put him down. I've said this on Twitter, go and watch it. Gary Russell put him down. I'm not quite sure what round it was, but he definitely put him down. The referee called it a slip. It wasn't, it was a punch, it was clean. And that was because of speed. Rigondeaux definitely has speed. Bob Arum is never, ever going to risk putting in Lomachenko with Rigondeaux unless he's 110% certain Lomachenko will get the job done. And you can't be 100% certain because Rigondeaux is just that good. He doesn't like Rigondeaux. He tried to feed Nonito Donaire Rigondeaux, and that kind of went back against him. He has also said that Rigondeaux is awful for TV, doesn't want him on TV, and a lot of other people have said exactly the same thing, and Rigondeaux is struggling right now to get TV dates. Put Lomachenko aside for a second, and you have to be completely and utterly disgusted with Abner Mars, Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg, Lee Selby. I don't think I have ever, and I watch boxing a lot, ever heard an interview from any of those guys that are in and around Rigondeaux's weight class who are all, or have been, or will be, or are currently world titleists that have called out Rigondeaux. And it's embarrassing. It's almost embarrassing. At least with Lomachenko, he's happy to kind of irk and ask for the fight and say, look, I will fight Rigondeaux next after his fight that is happening in July or August. He says, give me Rigondeaux next. And that's, you've got to take your hat off to it. But those other guys in and around bantamweight and super bantamweight and even featherweight that have not once mentioned Rigondeaux, yet claim to be elite world fighters, it's just embarrassing. Rigondeaux isn't expensive to get anymore. Look, Rigondeaux knows that he's in a position now where he just has to take fights. Hence why we saw him over here on a Box Nation card. I say over here, you know what I mean, in the UK. He's not expensive to get. Simply because right now he just wants fights. And for all those fighters not to call him out, you've got to shake your head at those fighters. So when, and I respect them all. I think they're all good warriors, but I'm sorry. You're all a bunch of, you know what, for not calling out Rigondeaux. And for Rigondeaux to end his career, Rigondeaux's getting old. I don't know quite sure how old he is. He must be about 35, 36 now. He must be. For Rigondeaux to end his career without having to fight any of those guys, it's just embarrassing. Do I want to see Rigondeaux Lomachenko? Of course I do. Why not? But I think two weight classes different. Lomachenko saying he wants to go to 135. I think we're not going to see a fair matchup. I think Lomachenko is just going to be too big for Rigondeaux on the day. But we still can see great matchups against the guys that I just mentioned. But guarantee you none of those guys are going to call him out. Shocker. Alright guys, what do you think anyway? Rigondeaux Lomachenko, is it a fight that will happen? If it does happen, who wins? And what do you think about the guys that I just mentioned that are not calling Rigondeaux out, that are around that weight class, that are just wimpish and scared to take him on? Leave your comments below, let me know what you think. Peace.